All right, good morning, everybody. Appreciate you being here. We have made it. We have made it to game week, and so very excited about the opportunity. Saturday, 3:30, national broadcast on ABC. It's a great opportunity for our football team. Really excited for our players. All the work that has gone into this off season. All the work that and response to the adversity that we've seen, whether it's quarantine or just some of the ups and downs that goes into every year, to be able to get to this point, to go out there and play the game that they love to play. And you're really pleased with how our camp has gone. Their approach this last week was, I thought they came at a very high level each and every day. We were able to get a mock game there Saturday that I thought went really well. Kind of helping them understand the expectations from the time that we're going to walk out, what it's going to look like, where we're going, just to help them be confident in the expectation of what we're going to do building towards kickoff, because throughout the process of this week, that's our continued focus, is to continue to focus on ourselves, getting better each and every day, so that we can go out there on Saturday and play to the best of our ability. And, like I said, I've been really pleased with our football team. Only have, one real personnel note that going to address. Hamza is going to be out for this week. I know he wasn't on the depth chart. He is doing a great job with in his rehabilitation, and we feel like he's really, really close. Just not going to be available for this week, and but we're very hopeful for for him to return in the extremely near future, here moving forward. But just wanted to address that at the front end of it, and we'll go ahead and take questions from there.
All right, first question will be Aslan Havamandi from War Chant.
Coach, the game is still going to be 11 on 11, played on a 100-yard long football field. Is there anything that you feel this season will be different in terms of what teams have to do to win football games?
Well, I think in this year, it's you're going to have to adapt and adjust to a lot of different factors, and at the end of the day, the course of a normal week, it looks different. There's a lot more distractions. There are a lot more things that our players are having to do to sacrifice throughout the course of a week. Playing college football is hard for anyone, and to win a college football game is challenging. But whether it's the 3 times of getting COVID tested. All the different things that we're having to do to maintain social distance, in meetings and how we're operating in all aspects. This will be a very unique year in a lot of different ways. But when it comes to playing the game, the way that we prepare, the passion which we play, and the purpose of what we do in all aspects of showing who we are and how we've grown as a program, we get to display that. And it's going to come down to obviously a team that can go out there and play smart, play fast, play physical, and then finish everything that they do. And so the discipline and the fundamental growth that we've seen that needs to be on display come Saturday.
Next will be Matt Baker from Tampa Bay Times.
Hey, Mike, obviously the crowd situation is just going to be different than in the past. I'm curious, have you reached out to anybody, either coaches who have already coached in an environment like this, or coaches in other, NBA and MLB or anything, just to get a feel for what that's like as a coach and for the players?
Well, it's kind of actually been unique that some of the first games in college football are with staffs that that I'm very familiar with. My alma mater on one, and then obviously Memphis played there on Saturday night. So we all understand it's going to be a little bit different, but we've been preparing our guys through the course of practice for all things that they might see. So there's been times that we've had that we've funneled in crowd noise. That's been kind of the norm of what we've done throughout the course of practice. I like that, just to create adversity regardless. We were doing that back in the spring, but then there's also been times that we've been totally silent. And being able to encourage and guys that it doesn't matter what the atmosphere. It doesn't matter if we play in front of 20,000 fans or no fans. We've got to control ourselves and make sure that we're bringing our intensity, and obviously our passion to each and every play, and truly control the things that we can control.
Next will be Irish Bell from War Chant.
Hey, Coach. Early in camp, I think I asked you about Andrew Baselli and Davion at center, and you interjected that Maurice was battling there too. What did you guys see from him so early, and what has he done to earn at least for now the starting job?
I mean, he's done a great job. You know, his growth and development, from the mental aspect of it, has been incredible. You know, he's got great athleticism. He's really shown a consistent physicality at the position as he's grown in his understanding of what to do. The physicality of what he's bringing to the position is something that I'm really pleased with his development. And I think when you look at Bavion and the versatility that he has in his game, he's challenged himself, and I'm really proud of that young man for what I've seen, especially these last couple of weeks as we've been looking for kind of the right fit within the first five, and I can tell you that we're going to play more than five. I mean, you guys, Brady Scott's a young man that's played a lot of football here, and I think he provides great versatility to be able to go in really at 4 different spots on the offensive line. He could show up at, but just seeing those guys compete with each other and really start to gel and to grow under the leadership of Coach Atkins. I mean, I've been pleased with that group and really where we are. But now we need to go play a game and to be able to handle the immediate adjustments. The things that are going to show up throughout the course of a game. We need to be able to show that our growth at the position and what we've been able to do, trust in our fundamentals and communication, so that we can have 5 guys playing as one.
Next question will be Chris Need from Knoll 247.
Hey, Coach. I was just looking at the depth chart as well, and Kalen DeLoach sharing duties with Amari Gaynor at stud. Just what has he done throughout this preseason to kind of put himself in a position to compete to start?
I think both of those guys have been extremely active, and they bring the right mindset to the game. And then I'll tell you, DeKalen Brooks right there alongside of that. I mean, those are 3 guys I felt very confident, being able to impact the game. And I think when you look at Kalen, he possesses great athleticism and speed. Can play sideline to sideline. Has a great skill set. In pass coverage as well. And so he's been very impactful. I think when you look at all 3 of those guys, which I mentioned, all of them also will play a very significant role in special teams. And so with what we're doing there, to be able to mix and match a little bit of whether it's with the personnel packages or the overall repetition, so that those guys are always playing fast, staying fresh out there on the field, and then being able to make those impact plays when the opportunity comes to them. I mean, that's going to be something that's critical at the stud position.
Next will be Pat Burnham from the Osceola.
Hey, Coach. First of all, thanks for publishing the depth chart. We all appreciate it. And secondly, could you talk about your overall impressions of Georgia Tech and some of the challenges they're going to provide you guys based off what you've seen on film?
Most definitely, and I really considered just putting "or" on everybody on the depth chart, but no, we decided to go ahead with that. But I'll tell you, Georgia Tech is a team that you see a lot of growth, and just by looking at their roster and the growth, the physical growth from guys, they've got a lot of returning players. They've got guys that have been another year in Coach Collins' culture and system. You saw that. You saw the steps throughout the course of the season last year. They played a lot of competitive games. They had a couple of really big wins that where they were able to show up and finish those games that they had been so in such a tight position to be able to do that. And I think that's something that comes over time, and belief in the system, belief in a culture, and you see the way that they play. I mean, they play extremely hard. They've got a lot of versatility with guys within their roster. I know you look at Oliver, who was a quarterback there last year, receiver, and then now is moving over to the defensive backfield, and somebody that they're really high on, and you could see the athleticism that he brings, the defensive front. They've been able to, they have a couple new additions and the overall growth at that position. Their defensive backfield, is one that's impressive with the returning starters that they have. Looking over at the offensive side, I mean, their receiving core, a lot of explosiveness. Those guys, I mean, you look back at the course of last year, and they had a lot of opportunities to be able to impact. They can stretch the field vertically, and obviously possess really impressive athleticism. they've added a couple guys on the offensive front and really helped with their overall size and just the girth of that position. And so I know they're still working through the final touches on their quarterback position, but with that position and some talented running backs, we know that it's going to be a great challenge. And at the end of the day, in game one, it's unique every single year, but the thing we're telling our guys and is truly our focus is to focus on the things that we can control, and that's how we prepare. That's the obviously the details and the discipline that has to show up for us to put ourselves in the best position to be successful.
Next will be Ira Schofel from Warchant.
Travis Jay is a potential starter. I guess he's one of those oars, a punt returner and kick returner and both safety spots. What does that say about his intelligence to be able to do a lot of different things, get on the field at all those different positions?
He's been a young man that's probably been one of the stars of preseason camp. I'm excited to see him play a game, and he's a very natural athlete. There are a lot of different things that he can do, with and without the ball in his hands. Which is obviously why you're seeing him in a lot of the returner roles. But then just the versatility at safety. I think there's so many different talents and skill sets that he's shown through the course of this fall camp, and really since we've been here, that has a lot of people excited. But now come Saturday, it's time to go put it on the field and to be able to play at a consistent level, to be able to make sure that you are where you're supposed to be, and then continue to make those plays when you get there. But very, very excited about Travis and the growth that I've seen from him and the opportunity that's in front of him.
Next will be Allison Posey from WTXL.
Hey, Coach. You touched on it a little bit earlier, but what does a game week look like under you? I know you said you're focusing on yourself, but will you take time just with the team to talk to them, or what does a game like week week look like?
We started that yesterday. We practice. We'll go through on Sunday night, and for the previous week, we'll always put that game came to bed and focus on our corrections, our improvement. Yesterday, we got some good work continuing on the preparations for Georgia Tech. And then, we also take some of our younger guys and have a little bit of a developmental time, at the end of that day, just to continue to pour into them and help with their development. Today is their off day, which is is great to be able to start the week and focus on academics and to get off to a great start there. And then our Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be extremely challenging work days. We've got to prepare. We've got to make sure that we're continuing to build. Not only the physical aspect of it, but the mental aspect of what we need to do. And as that continues on with Thursday to Friday, that's going to be a little bit slower pace, but still everything is ramping up for kickoff. And so we treated last week like a game week, and we even wrapped the week up with a mock game there at 3:30 there on last Saturday. And just so our guys have a sense of confidence in what they can expect. And this is the first time through it. This is something that is new to them, but you get a real sense of their excitement, and they can see the light at the end of the tunnel with kickoff here looming.
Go back to Aslan from Warchant.
At wide receiver, you've got Terry and Thompson starting. Those guys seem to be very similar, which I guess is a good thing, but are they different enough to play different spots?
Oh, absolutely, and that's the thing about this offense is that I think those guys can play in any of the three positions, and this is as I've said kind of before, this is an offense that's built for playmakers to be able to showcase their skill set. We're not an offense that's going to put one guy in one position and just leave them there. We want to be able to move. We want to create matchups. We want to be able to put guys in places to show the versatility of their skills, and I think Terry and Warren, obviously, they're both big receivers that possess great speed and playmaking ability, but they also can do a lot of other things that I think can help create some competitive advantages, for this team. And you couple that with guys like Keyshawn Helton, Pokey Wilson, Jordan Young is really coming along, and then some of our younger players. I'm excited about that receiving core. We're gonna have to play at a high level, and I know they're excited about embracing that challenge.
Go back to Chris from Knowles 247.
Regarding Warren Thompson, what does it say about him that he was able to put the controversy of a couple weeks behind him and focus on the field and earn that starting spot with you guys?
Yeah, I mean, obviously as we went through that situation, we had some real conversations, and there were things that that's part of life. It's like I told I think I told you guys when he was back a part of the team and what we were doing. I mean, I love Warren. I really do. His the type of young man he is, the heart that he has. I mean, it's. This is an unprecedented time of things that we've had to go through, and fear is real for some of these kids, and not just not totally understanding all aspects of what's out there, because as adults and everybody involved, and it's just it's so unique, and we were able to work through that process, and Warren has just continued to develop and put himself in a really good position. I'm excited about what this season can be for him, but he's got to continue to grow. He's got to continue to develop and show that consistency, and he gets that opportunity starting here on Saturday.
Next will be Ira from Warchant.
I know a lot of schools are changing some of their game weekend routines because of financial reasons and others. Are you guys still going to do a hotel the night before games, or are you going to change anything like that up?
We are, and I mean, there's some things that I think that's an important component to our game prep, and different things with meetings, and obviously having everybody in one place. But there will be some adjustments that are made to that in regards to the overall number of rooms and things that we're looking at. That obviously we're trying to be as fiscally responsible as we possibly can be, and I mean, there's been a lot of sacrifices in a lot of different regards around our program, and but we want to make sure for our players the resources and the things that are in place for them to go out there and play to the best of their ability, that they're there, and that's something that's very important to me.
Next will be Brennan Sinone from Knowles 247.
Hey, Mike, I know you have a plan usually for everything. Have you thought ahead of, say, hopefully it doesn't happen, but if a coach has to quarantine before a game, like, do you guys have a plan B for someone else calling plays or moving guys around?
And we got a plan B, C, D, E. I mean, I think we got them all covered. There's, once again, unprecedented time. And it's something that you always go into a season with a plan B, just in case something was to occur. But there are a lot of moving pieces. And so really at every position, we have, our thoughts of what would happen, of what would occur, and how we would adjust to every situation, whether it's me, whether it's somebody else, and and that's something that I think, probably every program in the country is having to do at this time, just because of some of the uncertainty with contact tracing and things that could show up. But like I said, we're trying to do the best to our ability to make sure that that goes as smoothly as possible.